Hello and welcome back to video lecture on R microcontroller and embedded system. In the previous video, we have started discussing communication interface. As I have told, there are two types of communication interface. One is the onboard communication interface and another one is the external communication interface. About the onboard communication interface and its types, we have already discussed in the previous video. In this video, I would like to continue with the next type, that is external communication interfaces. So as the name itself says, this refers to the different communication channels or buses used by the embedded system to communicate with the external world. In the sense, in the last video, I have told that if my embedded product is one of the part of the larger embedded system, that time my embedded product has to be communicated with the other things that are present in a big embedded system. So that communication of my embedded system with the other components that are present in the external world is called as an external communication interface, and we'll see the various types of this. The first one is RS-232 and RS-485. What is RS-232? It is a full duplex, in the sense two transmissions takes place at a time. In the sense, from transmitter to the receiver data goes, other side from the transmitter to this side receiver data comes. Data going and data coming both can take place at a time, that is called as a full duplex, and it is a wired communication. It is a asynchronous communication. It means that the communication is not happening with respect to the clock signals or clock pulses, and it is a serial, in the sense only one data bit flows and not the 8-bit of data or the multiples of 8-bit of data. It is developed by Electronics Industries Association, and it extends UART communication signals for external data communication. UART uses the standard TTL or CMOS logic, that is value 1 is indicated with the logic high and value 0 is indicated with the logic low, whereas RS-232 supports this EIA standard, where a logic 0 is represented by a voltage between +3 and +25 volt, and logic 1 is represented with the voltage value -3 to -25, where -3 to +3 are undefined, and a logic 0 is referred to as a space and logic 1 is referred to as a mark. This RS-232 interface is used for handshaking as well as for the control signals other than transmit and receive signals. There are two types of connectors in this. They are DB9, that is 9-pin connector, and DB25, 25-pin connectors. These two types are shown in the figure, and the 9 pins of DB9 connector are also shown in the figure, and the pins are TXD, transmit pin, RXD, receiving pin, RTS, request to send, CTS, clear to send, DSR, data, request, ground, DCD, data, carrier, DTR, data, terminal, request. This RS-232 is a point-to-point communication, and the devices involved in this communication are called as a data terminal equipment, DTE, and data communication equipment, DCE. TXD, RXD, and ground signals are used if we are not requiring any control signals for the transmission. The RXD pin of DCE should be connected to the TXD pin of DTE, and the TXD pin of DCE should be connected to the RXD pin of DT, that is vice versa. The control signals are used for the modem communication. They are RTS, request to send, CTS, clear to send, used for coordinating the communication between DTE and DCE. When DTE has to send data, it activates the RTS line. If the DCE is ready to accept the data, it activates the CTS line. Data terminal ready signal is activated by the DTE when it is ready to accept the data. Data set ready is activated by the DCE when it is ready for establishing a communication link. Data carrier detect control signal is used by the DCE to indicate the DTE that a good signal has been received. Ring indicator is the modem specific signal line that is used for indicating an incoming call on the telephone line. This RS-232 is not suitable for multi-drop communication. It uses single-ended data transfer technique. It is more susceptible to noise and greatly reduces the operating distance. RS-422 is similar to the RS-232. Only difference is that it is used using differential data communication. The data rates supported by this are up to 100 kilobits per second and covers the distance up to 400 feet. RS-232 is used at the device end, and RS-232 to the RS-422 converter is used in the transmission line, and at the end again the RS-422 to RS-232 is used. This RS-422 supports a multi-drop communication with one transmitter and receiver devices up to 10, where RS-485 is the enhanced version of RS-422, which also supports multi-drop communication but up to 32 transmitting devices and 32 receiving devices on the bus. Next is the type is the Universal Serial Bus, abbreviated as USB. This USB is a wired high-speed serial bus for data communication. There are various versions of USB. USB 1.0 follows the star topology with the USB host at the center, one or more USB peripheral devices connected to it. USB 2.0 can support connections up to 127, including slave peripheral devices and other USB hosts. Figure shows that the star topology of USB connection. See here, at the center we have USB host to which peripheral device 1, device 2, device 3 are connected. USB host is connected to another USB host that in turn is connected to peripheral device 4 and 5. This USB transfers the data in packet form, and that packet is having a standard format. And this USB is a host initiated one. USB host contains a host controller which is responsible for the controlling data communication, including the establishing connectivity with the USB slave devices, packetizing and formatting the data packet. There are different standards for implementing the USB. They are Open Host Control Interface, Universal Host Control Interface. There is a physical connection between a USB peripheral device and a master device that is established with the USB cable. Again, there are versions of USB. USB 2.0 specification supports communication distance of up to 5 meters. This USB 2.0 uses two types of connectors. Type A used for the upstream connection, type B, which is also called as a mini or micro, that is used for downstream connection. Both type A and type B connectors contain 4 pins for the communication, and those 4 pins are V bus that carries the power, D differential data carrier line, D plus differential data carrier line, and ground pin, that is ground signal line. This USB uses differential signals for data transmission. It improves the noise immunity and has the ability to supply power to the connecting devices. Two connection lines, ground or power, are dedicated for carrying the power. USB device contains product ID, PID, and a vendor ID, VID. These two are used for loading the drivers corresponding to a USB device. USB supports 4 different types of data transfer: control, bulk, isochronous, and interrupt. Control transfer is used to query, configure, and issue the commands, where bulk transfer is used for sending a block of data to a device, which also supports error checking and correction. Isochronous is used for real-time data communication. Interrupt transfer is used for transferring small amount of data. Devices like mouse and keyboards and uses the interrupt type of USB. USB 3.x, any version, is the latest version of the USB which is used for a peripheral connectivity. It uses the new transfer mode called as a super speed, capable of transferring data at speeds up to 4.8 gigabytes per second, which is 10 times as fast as the 480 megabits per second, that is high speed of the USB 2.0. Type A and Type B USB 3.0 contains 9 pins, including V bus, differential data pair D minus, D plus, and ground. In addition to these pins, USB 3.0 also has 2 additional differential pairs, that is STDA SSRX minus STDA SSRX plus, and STDA SSTX minus STDA SSTX plus, like STDB SSRX minus STDB SSRX plus, and STDB SSTX minus STDB SSTX plus for super speed data transfer and an associated ground. USB Type-C is a small, compact and reversible plug connector for the USB devices and USB cable. It supports USB power delivery using alternate modes, allows outputting HDMI, VGA, DisplayPort and other types of the connections from the single USB Type-C port through adapters. This USB supports different data rates, namely low speed 1.5 megabits per second, high speed 12 megabits per second, full speed 12 megabits per second, high speed 480 megabits per second, super speed 5 gigabits per second, and super speed plus, that is up to 10 gigabits per second. Then I will move on to the next type of interface, that is IEEE 1394, also called as a FireWire. This FireWire is a wired isochronous high speed serial communication bus, also called as high performance serial bus HPSB. It can support a cable length of up to 15 feet for interconnection, supports a data rate of 400 to 3200 megabits per second. It uses differential data transfer, supports T type of connections, 4-pin connector, 6-pin connector, 9-pin connector. 6-pin connector is also called as a alpha connector, 9-pin connector is also called as a beta connector. It can supply unregulated power supply in the range of 24 volts to 30 volts. The pin diagram of these different types of pin connectors are shown in the figure. There are two differential data transfer lines A and B per connector. Differential lines of A are connected to B. TPA plus to TPB plus and TPA minus to TPB minus and vice versa. This FireWire is a popular communication interface for connecting embedded devices like digital camera, camcorder, scanners to desktop computers for data transfer and storage. It does not require a host for communicating between the devices. That is, we can directly connect a scanner with a printer for printing. The data rate supported by this is far higher than USB 2 and it is much costlier than USB 2.0 interface. The next type of interface is infrared. It is a serial half duplex line of sight based wireless technology for the data communication. Serial in the sense 1 bit of data transfer. Half duplex means either transmitting or receiving only one at a time, not both at a time. The example of this type is remote control of our TV VCD player. This uses infrared waves of the electromagnetic spectrum, supports point-to-point and point-to-multipoint communication. That is, it supports devices within the line of sight only. The communication range is between 10 centimeters to 1 meter, supports the data rates of up to 9600 bits per second to 16 megabits per second. Based upon the speed of data transmission, this infrared is classified into serial IR, medium IR, fast IR, very fast IR, ultra fast IR and giga IR. Serial IR supports 9600 bits per second to 115.2 kilobits per second. Medium IR supports 0.576 megabits per second to 1.152 megabits per second. Fast IR supports 4 megabits per second, whereas very fast IR supports up to 16 megabits per second. Ultra fast IR supports up to 96 megabits per second, and Giga IR supports 512 megabits to 1 gigabits per second. This type of communication interface involves a transmitter unit for transmitting and receiver unit for receiving. For example, LED in the infrared acts as a source and photodiode acts as a receiver. If both transmitter and receiver are present in a device, then it is called as a transceiver, whereas our TV is unidirectional In the sense, remote control contains the transmitter and TV contains the receiver in it. This IIDA has two essential parts. One is the physical link, other one is the protocol. Physical link is responsible for the physical transmission of the data between the devices, where protocol is responsible for defining the rules of communication. And this infrared is having a control protocol that contains the implementation of physical layer, media access control, logical link control. And this physical layer defines the physical characteristics of communication like range, data rates, power, etc. Infrared is a popular interface for file exchange and data transfer in low-cost devices. It was a prominent communication interface in the mobile phones before the existence of Bluetooth. Now we'll move on to the next interface type, that is Bluetooth. It is a low cost, low power, short range wireless technology for the data and audio communication. Operates at 2.4 GHz of the radio frequency spectrum, uses frequency hopping spectrum technique for the communication. Supports the data rate of up to 1 megabits per second to 24 megabits per second. Covers the distance of 30 to 100 feet. There are the versions. Version 1.2 supports data rate up to 1 megabits per second. Version 2.0 plus supports 3 megabits per second. 3.0 plus supports and 4.0 supports data rate up to 24 megabits per second. It also has two essential parts. They are physical link part and protocol part. Physical link is responsible for the physical transmission of data between the devices, and protocol is responsible for defining the rules of the communication. Bluetooth device should have wireless radio for the transmission and reception of data. This is having the IC that holds the stack, which is having 48-bit unique identification number that follows the packet-based data transfer. Bluetooth supports point-to-point and point-to-multi-point wireless communication. Point-to-point communication follows master and slave relationship, where a Bluetooth can function as either a master or a slave. When a network is formed with one Bluetooth device as a master and more than one devices as a slave, then it is called as a piconet, and it supports maximum of 7 slave devices. Bluetooth is a favorite choice for short-range data communication and very popular among cell phone users for transferring ringtones, music files, pictures, media files, etc. Bluetooth 4.2 supports the IoT through low power IP connectivity. The IP connectivity options are IPv6, 6LoWPAN or Bluetooth smart gateways. Implements industry leading privacy, power efficiency, industry standard security. Generic access profile of Bluetooth defines the requirements for detecting the Bluetooth device. Serial port profile is used for serial data communication. File transfer profile is for file transfer between the devices. Human interface device is for supporting the human interface devices like keyboard and mouse. BLE of this implements various application specific profiles with low power Bluetooth peripherals like fitness devices, blood pressure and heart rate monitors, healthcare profiles, sports and fitness profiles. These are the examples. Then the specifications for Bluetooth are defined and licensed by the Bluetooth Special Interrupt Group SIG. We'll move on to now. I will discuss the next type of communication interface, Wi-Fi, that is wireless fidelity. Is the popular wireless communication technique for the networked communication of devices, which follows IEEE 802.11 standard. It supports Internet Protocol, essential to have device identities in a multi-point communication to address specific device. Each device is identified by an IP address, which is unique to each device and requires the intermediate agent called Wi-Fi router or Wi-Fi or wireless access point. Wi-Fi router is responsible for restricting the access to a network, assigning IP address to devices on the network, routing data packets to the intended devices on the networks. This Wi-Fi enabled devices contain a wireless adapter for transmitting and receiving data in the form of radio signals. This operates at 2.4 GHz or 5 GHz of radio spectrum. Figure shows the Wi-Fi router and the device 1, 2, 3 connected to it. See, for the Wi-Fi network, the device when it is Wi-Fi radio is turned on, searches for the available Wi-Fi networks in its area and list out the service set identifier of the available networks. If the network security is enabled, a password may be required to make the connection. Employs different security mechanisms like wired equivalency privacy, wireless protected access. Supports data rates ranging from 1 megabits per second to 1300 megabits per second. Depending on the type of antenna and usage location, it offers a distance of 100 to 1000 feet. The next type of communication interface is Zigbee, which is a low power, low cost wireless network communication protocol based on IEEE 802.15.4 standard. It is targeted for low power, low data rate and secure applications for wireless personal area networking. Operates at 2.4 to 2.484 GHz, 902 to 928 MHz, 868 to 868.6 MHz. Supports a distance of 100 meters and have a data rate of 20 to 250 kilobits per second. Zigbee device falls under any one of the following category, that is Zigbee coordinator, also known as a network coordinator, which acts as a root of the Zigbee network, responsible for initiating the Zigbee network and has the capability to store the information about the network. Next is Zigbee router, also called as a full function device, responsible for passing information from device to another device or to another ZR. Next is a Zigbee end device or reduced function device, can talk only with the ZR or ZC and does not have the capability to act as a mediator for transferring data from one device to another. The diagram shows that ZC, ZR and ZED connections. Zigbee is used in the application areas like home and industrial automation, energy management, home controller security, medical or patient tracking, logistics and asset tracking, and sensor networks and active RFID, automatic meter reading, smoke detectors, wireless telemetry, HVAC control, heating control, lighting controls, and environmental controls. Zigbee Pro offers full wireless mesh, low power networking capable of supporting more than 64,000 devices on a single network. Offers innovative feature called Green Power, that is energy harvesting or self-powered device into Zigbee Pro networks. Green Power is the most eco-friendly way to power battery-less devices such as sensors, switches, and dimmers. Zigbee 3.0 enables communication and interoperability among devices for smart homes, connected lighting, and other markets. The specifications for Zigbee developed by Zigbee Alliances. The next type of communication interface is General Packet Radio Service, that is GPRS, 3G, third generation, 4G, fourth generation, LTE, long-term evolution. These are all the cellular communication techniques for transferring data over a mobile communication network like GSM and CDMA. GSM stands for Global System for Mobile Communication. CDMA stands for Code Division Multiple Access. The data is sent as packets in GPRS communication. The transmitting device splits the data into several related packets. At the receiving end, the data is reconstructed by combining the received data packets. Supports maximum transfer rate of 171.2 kilobits per second. Radio channel is concurrently shared between several users. This divides the channel into 8 time slots and transmits data over the available channel. Supports Internet Protocol, point-to-point protocol, and X.25 protocol. Is mainly used by mobile enabled embedded devices for the data communication. Device should support the necessary GPRS hardware like GPRS modem and GPRS radio. That is, the carrier network also should have support for GPS communication. It is an old technology and it is being replaced by the new cellular data communication techniques such as 3G, third generation, high-speed downlink packet access, HSDPA, 4G, fourth generation, LTE long-term evolution, which offers higher bandwidth for the communication. 3G offers data rates from 144 kilobits per second to 2 megabits per second or even higher than that, whereas 4G offers 2 to 100 plus megabits per second. So this is all about external communication interface. The remaining topics I will cover up in the next video. Thank you.